if you have a watch that tells the date, it's bad when it's 3 o'clock because then you can't see the date. So today is the day of Thursdays, and we are supposed to talk about where we grew up. And I grew up in a small town in England, and small town England is a lot different to small town America. I've been to small town America. It's different. I just said that, but then I said it again because I'm cool. All of this building is the church, and it was built in 1106, I think. Might have been 830 something. Don't remember dates very well. Anyway, it's old. Like, old as dirt. Old as dirt. That is how old it is. And as a child, you kind of define where you live by the places you play. And when I was really young, like, you know, that age when you don't hang around with people your own age, you hang around with your siblings, or if you're an only child, you talk to yourself. I was at that age, and the place, we always used to go to the top of our street, or the bottom of our street, the bit that is at the top of, I don't know, there were trees, lots of trees, and it was kind of cool, and we'd go in there and we'd climb the trees and we'd play in the dirt. And even when I was little, I knew it wasn't that big a space, and sometimes I accidentally wandered into people's gardens. And in the interlude between Texas living, every summer when we went back there, the trees slowly disappeared and the dirt turned to concrete, and eventually I think there are 5 houses there now. I don't know how you fit 5 houses in that space, but someone managed to. Well, when I had my own friends, we used to basically just walk around town. We'd go call at each other's houses. We'd never spend long inside, and we'd just walk through the town and end up at various places. Including the park, the local park. It was basically just a field. There was no park there. There used to be a park there, but then it was all bad and the park went away. There was also, opposite our school, there used to be a block of small businesses, and one of them was a newsagent's, a hairdresser's, and like one of those local supermarkets that are kind of really just a market. They're not all that super. And as I grew up, they began to disappear. The hairdressers went first, and then the supermarket. But the newsagent stayed for quite a while, and it was a strange newsagent because the people who ran it didn't like children, and children like sweets, and children buy sweets, and children buy sweets from newsagents. And I don't think they seem to understand that very much, but oh well. And again, in the interlude between my Texas trips, they retired. My laptop's dying. The people who owned it retired and sold the land, and so now, in place of that newsagent's, 2 blocks of flats. Again, magical TARDIS land. We'd play outside until it went dark, and it usually happens pretty quickly. We're up north, so darkness happens. Darkness happens a lot. The meaning of home. Well, I'm just gonna go by that song. Wherever I lay my hat, that's my home. The only trouble about over the summer is that I couldn't really put my hat down because I knew I was just gonna be moving, and that I'd probably never really be living there again except for visits. So I was kind of like floating around. But yeah, this can be home. Duckface. Yes, let me talk to you seriously. Yes, things, talking, words in my mouth. Pale people. Yeah.